All right, strap yourselves in, because today we are going deep into some seriously trippy ideas.
Yeah, definitely some mind-bending stuff.
You've given us a bunch of articles about holographic universe theories, the soul...
And time.
Time
itself.
Time itself. Yeah, I like it. I like
Be
that.
a lot to unpack there.
We'll try.
Yeah.
But specifically, this book called Dentiches Tin Lithia Teftroni, The Chronicle of Captivity.
Ooh, catchy.
Yeah, it's a pretty intense title.
It is a pretty intense deep dive, that's for sure.
But we'll break it down.
Hopefully.
And hopefully come away with some new perspectives.
Yeah, definitely.
On, well, pretty much everything.
Existence.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So to start, this book just jumps right in.
Dives right in.
With the idea that our universe might actually be...
A hologram.
A hologram.
Yeah.
Now, we all know holograms.
Now those 3D images.
Yeah, those things you see at science museums and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly, like on your credit card.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing.
But how does that concept apply to, like, the entire universe?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah.
It all starts with this idea of a brain. A brain, which physicists describe as this sheet-like structure, almost like a piece of seaweed, floating in this vast ocean of energy.
Interesting.
And our visible universe, according to this theory, is actually just a projection from this brain.
So it's not that we're living in a literal hologram.
Yeah.
But that the information that makes up our reality is projected from somewhere else.
Yeah, kind of like Plato's cave.
Plato's cave, yeah.
You know, where the shadows on the wall represent our limited perception.
Exactly. So it's like we're seeing the shadows.
Yeah, we're seeing the shadow.
But not the actual source.
Not the source.
Okay. I'm with you so far.
So think of the fire in Plato's cave.
Yeah.
As the source of that projection.
Okay.
Right? And in the holographic universe theory, the source would be this higher dimensional reality. Higher dimensional reality.
Beyond our brain.
Beyond our brain.
Whoa.
That's where it gets really interesting.
Here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
This book argues that the template for our individual human holograms is actually, it's our soul.
Okay, wait, slow down.
Yeah.
You're saying our souls are like the master copies?
The blueprints?
And our physical bodies are just the holographic projections?
That's the idea.
Okay.
It's a wild idea, right?
It's a lot.
But the book goes even further, suggesting that one soul can have multiple incarnations. Or projections throughout space-time.
Ooh.
Okay, past, present, and future lives could all be...
happening simultaneously.
Happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're getting into some pretty intense stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
If all those lives are happening at once, what does that even mean for our concept of time?
That is the question, right?
Yeah.
And it's one that physicists are still trying to wrap their heads around, still grappling with.
Yeah, exactly.
So this book digs into two major frameworks for understanding time.
Yeah.
Which are general relativity.
And quantum mechanics?
I vaguely remember those from college.
Oh, yeah, those were fun.
But can you give us a quick refresher?
Yeah, so in general relativity, time is seen as having a beginning and an end.
Okay.
It flows in one direction.
Okay.
And it's woven into the fabric of space-time itself.
Okay, that makes sense. That's how we usually think of time.
Right.
Yeah.
But quantum mechanics views time as much more fluid.
Fluid.
Yeah, it's like it can move in multiple directions.
Multiple directions.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this where we're getting into like time travel possibilities?
Well, this book definitely suggests it.
It does.
Yeah, it brings up this phenomenon in quantum mechanics called retrocausality.
Retrocausality.
Which basically means that decisions in the present can instantly affect the past and the future.
The past and the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's wild.
That is wild.
Yeah.
So if actions in the present can change the past, does that mean free will is an illusion?
Ooh.
Are we just
puppets
of some predetermined timeline?
That is where things get philosophically tricky.
Yeah, for sure.
The book doesn't really give a definitive answer on free will.
Okay.
But it links the concept of retrocausality to karma.
Karma.
Suggesting that karma acts as this instant force, constantly shaping our realities across all those simultaneous lifetimes.
Okay, so every decision
creates a ripple effect. Yeah.
Through all of our past and future selves.
That's the implication.
Okay, yeah.
And that's honestly, I think one of the most fascinating insights in this book.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's huge, yeah.
Because it basically suggests that we're all interconnected.
Yeah.
Across time.
Across time.
And our actions have
consequences.
Far-reaching consequences.
Yeah.
It's like we're all part of this giant cosmic tapestry.
A giant cosmic tapestry.
And every thread
is connected.
Is connected.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a beautiful way to put it.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
Okay, so if everything is a hologram
yeah.
and time is fluid,
yeah.
then how should we live our lives?
That is the question.
Yeah.
That is the big so what factor.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll dig into that a little later in this deep dive. But it's definitely a question worth pondering.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I am hooked.
Yeah.
This is already making me rethink everything I thought I knew about reality.
I know, right?
Let's keep exploring.
Let's keep going.
These crazy concepts.
Yeah.
What else does this book have in store for us?
Oh, there's so much more.
I can't wait.
You know, it's incredible to think that that we might not be limited to this linear experience of time.
It's wild. If retrocausality is real.
Yeah.
It really throws our usual notions of cause and effect
out the window.
Out the window completely.
Completely, yeah.
It's like we're so used to thinking that our past is set in stone. But what if it's more like a constantly evolving story.
Story, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This book digs into the idea that our brains might be functioning as a sort of holographic decoder.
Hold on. My brain is a decoder.
That's what it suggests.
So you're saying that I'm not actually experiencing the world directly,
right?
But rather a holographic representation of it.
That's what this theory suggests.
Okay.
It's a bit out there, I know.
It's a little out there. It's a little tricky to think about.
Yeah.
So it's almost like our brains are playing a movie.
Yeah.
But we're convinced it's real life.
Exactly. But then, that raises the question.
Yeah.
If our brains are just decoding this holographic information,
right,
what's actually projecting it?
Where's it coming from?
Where's the source?
The book mentions something about a 0-point field.
Yeah, 0-point field.
But I'm not really sure what that is.
It's a bit of a head scratcher, even for physicists.
Okay.
It's this theoretical realm of pure energy that exists everywhere. Everywhere, even in a perfect vacuum.
Wow. Okay.
So some physicists believe that this field could be the ultimate source of the holographic projection.
Okay, so the fire in our Plato's cave analogy.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's like this invisible energy field is the canvas on which our reality
is painted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
I have to ask, if this holographic universe theory is true, does that mean anything really matters?
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah, like, do our choices even make a difference?
Yeah.
If everything's already predetermined.
That's the question. It's a huge philosophical question.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think this gets to the heart of the so what factor.
The so what factor.
That we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So this book, it doesn't offer any simple answers, but it does encourage us to consider.
To really consider
the
implications of living in this holographic universe.
Where time is fluid.
Okay. Yeah.
So instead of getting
bogged down
in the theoretical.
Yeah.
It's more about how these ideas can actually change
how we live.
And experience the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great way to put it. It's not about the theory.
Right.
It's about the application. Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the points it makes is that even if our lives are projections, that doesn't diminish their significance. In fact, it could actually make them even more important.
Wait, hold on. How could being a projection make our lives more meaningful?
It's a good question, right?
It is.
Well, the book argues that if our individual human holograms are just expressions of our higher selves, then the choices that we make are actually expressions of that higher self.
So it's almost like each lifetime is a chance to explore
different facets
of our true nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a really interesting idea.
So even though we're just projections, we still have
a level of agency. We're still making choices. And shaping our own experiences. Yeah. That's the idea. And those choices, even within the context of this larger
interconnected reality,
they still have the power to affect not only our present selves, But also
our past and future selves.
Our past and future self.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty wild.
That is wild.
It really is.
It's like we're participating in a cosmic game.
A cosmic game.
And every move we make
has ripple effects.
It has ripple effects that we can't even begin to fathom.
Exactly. We can't even imagine.
It definitely adds
a new layer of meaning.
A whole new layer of meaning to
just living a good life.
Living a good life, yeah.
But it can be a little overwhelming to wrap your head around.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Is there anything in this book that helps make these concepts feel a little bit more
grounded? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
This book dives into some really interesting and practical applications of these ideas, especially when it comes to the possibility of
what?
Connecting with our other selves.
Connecting with our other selves.
Across time.
Wait, you mean actually like communicating with our past or future selves?
Yeah.
Like some kind of...
Not exactly like a phone call.
Okay, not a phone call.
But the book explores the idea that because our consciousness transcends time in a holographic universe.
Okay.
We might be able to tap into
the experiences
of our other selves.
Okay, so more like a mental or spiritual connection.
Yeah, exactly. More of a mental, spiritual connection.
Than a physical one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It suggests that we could potentially access the wisdom and knowledge
of our past selves.
Or even
seek
guidance from our future selves.
Okay, that's a little less sci-fi and a little bit more believable.
Yeah, it is.
But how would we even go about doing that?
Well, the book delves into some techniques for, expanding our awareness.
Okay.
And tapping into this interconnectedness. Things like meditation, dream work, even past life regression therapy are presented as potential pathways.
So it's not about building a time machine.
Right.
But rather about expanding our
consciousness to perceive time differently.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is all incredibly fascinating.
It is, yeah.
I have to admit, it's a lot to take in.
It is.
Are there any specific examples from the book that might help illustrate these concepts a little more clearly?
Yeah, there are a couple of really compelling case studies that the author uses to demonstrate how people have seemingly tapped into their past lives. Or even received guidance from their future selves.
Okay, now that's something I would love to hear more about.
Yeah.
Can you share one of those examples with us? So you were going to tell us about an example from the book.
Yeah, of someone who tapped into their past or future selves.
Yeah.
Right, so there's this story about this woman who was a successful architect in this life, but always had this strange
pull
toward ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt, okay.
And through past life regression therapy.
Past life regression therapy.
Yeah. She uncovered these vivid memories of a lifetime as a scribe working on the pyramids.
Wait, she actually remembered details from a past life?
Yeah, that's what she claimed.
As an Egyptian scribe?
As an Egyptian scribe.
That's wild.
Yeah, and the details she recounted were incredibly specific, even down to architectural techniques that weren't widely known.
Wow.
And she was even able to draw detailed plans of a temple complex that years later archaeologists actually discovered.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That is incredible.
So,
okay, but even if we accept the idea of reincarnation, how could those memories be so clear after thousands of years?
Right, that's where the holographic universe theory comes in.
Okay.
If our consciousness isn't bound by
linear
time, then those past lives are essentially happening concurrently.
Okay.
So accessing those memories might be more like tuning into a different frequency than recalling something from the distant past.
So it's like switching channels on a cosmic TV.
Yeah, like a cosmic cable package.
Yeah.
Each channel representing a different lifetime.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, it's a simplification.
Yeah, for sure.
But it kind of gets at the idea.
Yeah.
And this book argues that tapping into those past lives isn't just about curiosity.
Right.
It's about accessing
wisdom
and skills we've accumulated across all our lifetimes.
Okay, so this woman who was an architect, maybe she was subconsciously drawing upon her knowledge from that past life.
From that past life as a scribe.
As a scribe, wow.
Yeah, and that's what the book encourages us to explore.
Okay.
This idea that we're not just limited To the knowledge and experiences of this one lifetime.
Okay.
We have this vast reservoir of potential within us, just waiting to be tapped.
Ooh, I love that idea.
It's pretty powerful.
It's like we're all carrying around these hidden talents and abilities from our past self.
From our past selves, yeah.
Okay, but this whole concept raises another question for me. If we're just projections of a higher self, do our choices even really matter?
That's a big question, right?
Yeah, like, is it all just part of some
grand plan?
Grand plan.
Yeah, and the book acknowledges that it's easy to fall into a deterministic mindset.
Yeah.
When considering these ideas.
Yeah, right.
But it also emphasizes that even within a holographic universe, our choices still
have meaning.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not about being a
puppet.
A puppet of fate.
But rather understanding.
Understanding that we're playing a role.
In a much production.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. It's like we're actors.
Actors.
In a cosmic play.
Yeah.
But we still have the freedom.
To improvise. And bring our own unique interpretations.
Our roles, it's like we're
co-creating
reality.
Yeah.
But with a team of ourselves.
A team of ourselves.
Spread across
time and dimensions.
What an incredible concept.
It really is.
Yeah. And this book argues that understanding this interconnectedness can help us live more
meaningful lives.
Yeah,
instead of getting bogged down by limitations of our current perspective.
And tap into the wisdom and experiences
of our other selves.
To navigate challenges.
You
make choices.
That align with our
soul's true purpose.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like knowing that we're not alone in this journey.
We're not alone.
That we have this whole team of ourselves cheering us on.
From across the space-time continuum.
I love that.
It's pretty cool.
It's a really beautiful way to think about it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most beautiful messages of this book. Yeah. This idea that even though
we may feel isolated
in
our individual lives, we're ultimately part of something much grander and more interconnected
than we can possibly imagine.
Yeah. This deep dive has been
a wild ride.
We've explored.
We've gone deep.
The holographic universe.
The nature of time.
The soul.
Even the possibility of connecting with our other selves.
Yeah.
My brain has been stretched.
It's a lot.
In all sorts of directions.
Yeah, but it's
a good stretch.
It's a good stretch. It's good to get those brain muscles working.
Exactly.
I think the most important takeaway from all of this is that sense of wonder and possibility. It's about opening our minds to these new ways of perceiving reality and embracing the mystery of our own existence. And who knows, maybe by exploring these concepts, we can unlock
hidden potentials
within ourselves. And tap into a level of wisdom and interconnectedness
that we never thought possible.
I love that.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's a really beautiful way to end this deep dive.
It is, and the journey of exploration is just beginning.
Absolutely. So on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this incredible deep dive. But before we go, I have one final question for you, dear listener.
Okay.
If you could travel to a different point in your soul's journey, which moment would you choose to revisit and why?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's something to ponder.
Yeah.
As you continue your own exploration.
Of
these amazing concepts.
Of these mind-blowing ideas.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
Keep diving deep.